So this story is about Led Zeppelin rehearsing at the Warehouse Recording Studio. A friend of mine, Kevin Porter, he sent me these pictures because Kevin ran a PA company and tour support, and he did all that kind of stuff, and he was a client over at TechCom. And the Warehouse Recording Studio shared a wall with TechCom, so you just walked out of TechCom, walked next door, and you were at the warehouse. But it had to be 1985 because they were rehearsing in there for Live Aid, and it was funny because I showed these pictures to Obie O'Brien, who owned the Warehouse Recording Studio with Lance Quinn, and he said, yeah, he remembers that, but he said, I never take pictures of people coming into the studio. He says, I always thought that was intrusive. So I showed him a picture. I said, these are pretty good pictures. And he said, "Oh, that's great," but I never did that. It just never seemed right. But the Warehouse Recording Studio had, I think Madonna was in there, and Cher was in there, and Bon Jovi was in there. Huge April Wine. What was that one band? Danger. I remember them. There was a huge amount of bands that were in that place, and eventually it was taken over by Jazzy Jeff, and that big room that you see Led Zeppelin rehearsing in. Jeff used to play basketball in there with a bunch of people. So, and then there was the first floor was their B room, and the second floor was the A room. That was they had a big Neotech console in there. But these are pictures of Led Zeppelin in there, and it just seems fascinating. It was just right on the other side of the wall where I was working all the time, and they were in there rehearsing. So I did post these with the Jazzy Jeff story about him taking over the Warehouse Recording Studio, but it may have gotten lost. So I figured, let me just do a separate story. Led Zeppelin at the Warehouse Recording Studio, which I think is just such a cool thing. So there you go.